Hey there, quirky folks! I'm your host, Anna, and today we'll be taking a deep dive into Avatar 3 to see what we should expect out of the film. No one thought that the first Avatar would eventually make almost $3 billion worldwide. And people certainly didn't think that Avatar: The Way of Water would enter the $2 billion club. But yet again, it has turned into a worldwide phenomenon. So with this success, people are keenly looking towards Avatar 3. James Cameron confirmed that he cannot even weasel out of making Avatar 4 and 5 either. But for now, let's just talk about Part 3, which is titled Avatar: The Seed Bearer. It has already been shot, as its principal photography was finished in December 2020. But the film's visual effects and editing are not complete. A lot of VFX work is left, which will be done by the end of the year, as Avatar 3 is set to arrive on December 20th, 2024. What's crazy is that James Cameron has reportedly assembled a 9-hour cut of the film. According to Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mic podcast, Cameron handed in a 9-hour cut of Avatar 3 to 20th Century Studios. And guess what? He wants to do VFX work on the entire 9-hour runtime and then trim it down to decide what he wants to keep in his 3-hour cut. Now that's a crazy amount of money being thrown around. Avatar 2 already had a reported budget of $460 million before marketing. It has obviously repaid that money and turned in a sizable profit. But another expenditure of the same amount may not ensure similar results. Jimmy Cameron has got to find a way to cut some costs because it will surely be harder for Avatar 3 to make $2 billion again. But let's wait and see what the future holds in that matter. For now, we'll focus on the characters. We know for sure that Sam Worthington will return as Jake. Zoe Saldana will be back as Neytiri, and besides Neteyam, the whole Sully family will be back as a part of the Met Hyena. Sigourney Weaver's Kiri is supposed to play a crucial role in the future, as she could very well be the seed bearer that the title of Avatar 3 suggests. So, we will get to see some more clues about her true lineage in Avatar 3. But according to James Cameron, Lowak will become a major player in the next film.
Oh, I'm giving away something here. Every one of the Avatar, but this is okay. I think it could be intriguing for people to think about what's coming. Jake was our voiceover narrator for movie 1 and for movie 2. And we have a different narrator for each of the subsequent films. We see it through the eyes of a different character. And movie 3 is through Lowak's eyes.
So, Avatar 3 could be told through the eyes of Lowak. That means Jake's leadership role could transcend to Lowak, as we'll see the passing of the baton. One would think that Lowak would have been the narrator of Avatar 4, since that movie is titled The Tulkun Rider. And Lowak is the only Tulkun Rider we know so far. But I presume that Avatar 3 will be all about Lowak's growth and transcendence into becoming a leader. That way, by the end of the film, he could be crowned as the new leader of the Met Hyena clan. He is supposed to marry Surya in the future. So, it is possible that he could be chosen over Onung. But that means Cliff Curtis and Kate Winslet's Tonowari and Ronal could die in the battles of Avatar 3. But before that, they should have extended roles because Kate Winslet shot a lot of material till 2020. Before moving on to the potential arcs of other returning characters, I'd like to tell you that Una Chaplin, David Thewlis, and Michelle Yeoh will debut in new roles. And the one character that will not be a part of the film is Vin Diesel. He posted a video on Instagram with James Cameron, and people thought that he'd play a part of the future Avatar sequels.
Okay, so here we are on the set of Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is top secret. This is like the Manhattan Project with my old buddy Vin. And we're actually going to give him the flashy thing for Men in Black after when he leaves here. So he has no memory whatsoever of what he's seen.
But Diesel isn't a part of the film, as producer John Landau confirmed that he only visited the sets as a fan. So those who wanted to see him as a bald Na'vi badass, or perhaps a future human villain, would be disappointed. He will not be flying his muscle cars on Pandora. But speaking of bad guys, we could see at least 5 different villains come into the mix. One of them is General Ardmore, who was a part of Avatar 2, and she could continue to play a supporting villain's role in Avatar 3. But the most important ones will be the Ash People. James Cameron revealed that he will introduce an evil Na'vi clan in the next film. He said that till now, we've only seen the Na'vi as heroes and the humans as villains. But now, he wants to show the Na'vi in a negative light as well. In a recent interview, he said, and I quote, "I want to show the Na'vi in a different light, because so far, I have only shown their good sides. In the early films, there are very negative human examples and very positive Na'vi examples. In Avatar 3, we will do the opposite." Unquote. And Cameron is said to do that by introducing us to the Ash People. They will belong to a fire clan that's close to a volcanic biome. And just like the Metkayina are commonly known as the Sea People, Avatar 3 is going to reinvent the wheel by presenting the Ash People in fiery volcanic surroundings. And I believe that the new actors Una Chaplin, David Thewlis, and Michelle Yeoh could be playing important characters of this clan. The Metkayina clan was the unique selling point of Avatar: The Way of Water. Now the Ash People will be the USP of Avatar 3. But many of you must be left wondering, what about Recon Courage? He swore that he will always keep coming for Jake and Neytiri. So, how will he come into play in Avatar 3? Well, I've got the perfect idea for that. You have to keep in mind that Jake and Neytiri have been fully accepted into the Metkayina clan. So, they have the upper hand over Courage for now. And since Courage has already lost to the Sullys twice, he is in a dire need of an upgrade. That upgrade could come when he joins hands with the evil Ash People. Courage being pure evil will totally fit in with the Ash People. He was too keen on doing things the hard way, just like Jake did when he became a Na'vi. So similar to how Courage bonded with the Nicararan, I believe he will join the Ash People and learn the way of fire. That is the only way he could gain an upper hand on Jake and Neytiri now. Meanwhile, he might be joined by another important character, and that is his human son Spider. Jake Champion is set to return as Spider, and he mentioned that Avatar 3 takes a hard left on things. So, he could have meant that Spider will turn into an antagonist. He sort of developed a relationship with his father, which allowed them to be sympathetic towards each other. And ultimately, Spider also saved Recon Courage from dying. He chose to go with the Sully family after that. But after finding out what he did, the Sullys may not accept him. Neytiri has already been unwilling to accept Spider. But when Jake and Lowak come to know about what Spider did, they could also disown him. And that's when Spider could go and join his father to become a part of the Ash People. Ultimately, he could be his father's successor as the villain of this franchise, just as Lowak will be the successor of Jake. Now, last but not the least, there's another returning villain that no one expected to see. Brendan Cowell played a ruthless RDA Tulkun hunter named Scoresby in Avatar 2. We saw his hand get ripped off by Paya Khan in the most gruesome fashion, so everyone expected that he would have died. But recently, producer Lando confirmed that Scoresby will return to enact his revenge. So, if you think about it, he becomes the 5th villainous character to be a part of Avatar: The Seed Bearer. Okay, that's all we know about Avatar 3 so far. Are you excited about this threequel? James Cameron has pulled off 2 major successes, but do you think he could do it 3 times? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. Goodbye, this is Anna, signing off.